Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now I know I haven't posted in a while. Our office has been quite busy. We're opening up another clinic and we've been running a whole lot and we've been getting a lot more patients, so we've been a little busy and I had my hands full. But we're back today, and this video I'm going to be answering a question that I get a lot in my practice. That is, what's the difference between cracks and pops? Now, is the chiropractic adjustment, is it normal to hear a crack or a pop, or is it something breaking? So today, don't worry, we're going to be answering those questions. So let's get into it. All right, first things first, let's actually talk about what happens when you get a chiropractic adjustment. So whenever I adjust your spine or a joint, I am applying a controlled, quick force to a specific area to help improve mobility, reduce tension, and help the nervous system function better. Now, so what about those sounds? Now that's where it gets interesting. Okay, so the sound that you hear, whether it's a pop, crack, or a soft little click, are all caused by a process called a cavitation. Now, inside your joints, there's a fluid called synovial fluid. Now that fluid helps lubricate and nourish your joints. So when that joint is adjusted, the pressure inside will change, and tiny little gas bubbles within that joint will collapse or burst, and that's what creates the sound. Now, let's talk about the difference between pops and cracks. And honestly, they mean pretty much the same thing. It all depends on either the joint that you're adjusting, the amount of pressure, and even the individual's anatomy. Some people might hear a loud crack. Take a breath in, let it out. A soft pop, and even nothing at all. And guess what? All of them are completely normal. Now, here's a common misconception that a lot of people typically have, and that sound is the grinding of bones together or breaking, and that's simply not the case. Now, when you get adjusted, that sound is just those bubbles doing its thing. In fact, most people feel better once they get adjusted. Now, however, there is different types of noises that your body does make when you're not getting adjusted on your day-to-day life, and that is a little different. Now, as we get older, our bodies tend to make other natural sounds called crepitus, and that is different from a cavitation. Now, crepitus happens from a lot of different things, such as bone-on-bone grinding. Typically, as joints degenerate due to osteoarthritis, the protective cartilage begins to wear down, and then the bones adjacent to each other begin to rub against each other. A similar process can happen with disc degeneration. When the cushioning parts begins to wear away, the bone-on-bone sounds are typically repeatable with each and every movement. Another thing that can happen is ligament or tendon snapping over a bone. In some cases, a ligament or a tendon will snap over a bone, making a noise as that joint or bone starts to move. Now, this can happen because the muscles or soft tissue is either too tight, or those ligaments start to lose their elasticity due to older age. Typically, crepitus is painless and it's never really associated with anything serious. However, if crepitus is also accompanied with pain or other troubling symptoms, then schedule an appointment with your doctor to find out why it is. All right, another thing I want you to keep in mind is that the sound doesn't always determine how effective that adjustment is. Some adjustments are silent, but they still do the job. It's all about restoring the proper movement and alignment to that joint. All right, some of you might be wondering, is it safe to crack my own back or neck? And here's my professional advice. Leave it to the experts. Now, you might exert too much force, or you might target the wrong segments, which can cause even more injury. All right, to sum it up, pops and cracks are describing the exact same phenomenon, a cavitation, which is a natural buildup of gas in the joint that collapses, forming a sound. It's not grinding of the bones or anything breaking, and it's nothing to worry about. And to remember, it is not the goal of the adjustment. The overall goal of the adjustment is to restore function within a joint and to help with your overall health. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone that might be interested in chiropractic. And again, don't forget to subscribe so you can learn some more tips for living healthy and pain-free. Also, if you have any questions, leave it in the comments. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. And I'll see you guys next time.